The world is currently facing an array of environmental issues, many of which are having a negative impact on our world and leading to the possibility of a catastrophic extinction event. How is a mass extinction defined? Mass extinctions are periods in Earth's history where a large number of species are wiped out in a relatively short time period. In this video we'll explore past mass extinction events and answer the question if it can happen again. Mass extinction events are usually caused by drastic changes in the environment, such as a meteor striking the Earth or a large volcanic eruption that blocks out the sun. The event has to be large enough to cause a disruption in the balance of life on Earth. Mass extinction events are nothing new and have occurred throughout the history of life on Earth. The most recent, and perhaps most known event, is the Sixth Extinction event that occurred approximately 65 million years ago, wiping out the dinosaurs and many other species. Although that is the most well-known mass extinction event, in total, there have been 5 major mass extinctions that are well documented through the world's fossil record. By studying fossils around the world, we can determine how life changed on this planet. The first of these events occurred approximately 450 million years ago, during the Late Ordovician period. This event, known as the Late Ordovician extinction, was caused by a sudden drop in global sea levels and a shift in the Earth's climate. Around 85% of all species in the seas were wiped out during this time. This event lasted 1.4 million years. To us, that sounds like an impossibly long time, but in terms of our planet, this is a very short period of time. The second major extinction event occurred approximately 375 million years ago during the Late Devonian period, and, as you guessed, is known as the Late Devonian extinction. It was caused by a combination of changes in the climate and sea levels, as well as a large influx of lava from volcanic eruptions. This event wiped out around 70% of all species in the seas. The third major extinction event occurred approximately 250 million years ago during the Permian period. This event, known as the Permian-Triassic extinction, was caused by an extreme period of global warming, as well as a massive eruption of lava from what is now Siberia. It took over 15 million years, but this event was responsible for wiping out an estimated 95% of all species on Earth. The fourth major extinction event occurred approximately 200 million years ago during the Triassic period. This event, known as the Triassic-Jurassic extinction, is believed to be caused by massive volcanic eruptions which caused the atmosphere to change. It only lasted less than 10,000 years, but between 50% and 90% of all species on Earth were wiped out. It also occurred just before Pangaea broke apart into what we now know as the different continents. The fifth and most recent major extinction event occurred approximately 65 million years ago during the Cretaceous period. This event, known as the Sixth Extinction, was caused by a large asteroid strike that created a large crater in what is now the Gulf of Mexico. Even though there are other theories of the cause of this most recent event, the most accepted theory is that an asteroid with a diameter of about 110 miles was the cause of this. Just imagine how large that would look if you could see it coming. This event wiped out an estimated 75 to 90% of all species on Earth, including the dinosaurs. Overall, these 5 events throughout Earth's history were responsible for mass extinctions of life on Earth. These events have had a profound impact on the evolution of life on Earth, as the surviving species had to adapt to the new conditions in order to survive. The effects of these events can still be seen today, as the planet is now home to a much more diverse array of species than before. But are we safe from another major event that leads to mass extinction? Can we prepare ourselves to prevent becoming just fossil evidence for life that would evolve years from now? When could such an event occur? Scientists believe that we are on the brink of a 6th mass extinction event. Scientists around the world have identified a variety of different factors that could lead to a mass extinction event in the near future. The most pressing cause of a potential mass extinction is climate change. Human activities such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and agricultural practices are releasing large amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. This has caused global temperatures to rise drastically, leading to extreme weather patterns, ocean acidification, and rising sea levels. These changes are having devastating impacts on species around the world, with some ecosystems being completely wiped out. For example, coral reefs are particularly vulnerable to climate change and have already suffered significant damage due to rising ocean temperatures. It is estimated that almost half of the world's coral reefs have been damaged or destroyed. Some estimate that by the year 2050, that number could be up to 75% of coral reefs gone. Overfishing is another major cause of potential mass extinction. Human activities such as fishing, hunting, and mining are depleting the populations of many species of fish and other animals. This is having a damaging effect on entire ecosystems as many species rely on each other, and once one disappears, it will affect all the others. Can we reverse this and prevent a sixth mass extinction? Would the human race be a victim in this even, or could we survive and rebuild? What would the world look like, and would humans be a part of it, or would we be gone? The world as we know it today would be unrecognizable after a mass extinction event. The event, which could be caused by a number of factors including climate change, asteroid impacts, and disease, would have catastrophic consequences for the planet's biodiversity. Species would disappear, ecosystems would be disrupted, and the food chain would be drastically altered. The immediate aftermath of a mass extinction event would be devastating, with vast stretches of land left uninhabitable. The survivor species would have to adapt to their new environment and find ways to survive and thrive. Many of the new species that would emerge in this new world would be unrecognizable, and would be uniquely adapted to the new conditions. This new world would be much different from the one we know today. For one, the environment would be much more volatile. The disruption of the food chain would mean that species would have to compete for limited resources. This competition could lead to new species evolving at a rapid rate in order to survive. The human species would also be drastically affected by the mass extinction event. Human populations would be drastically reduced, and the survivors would be left to rebuild the world from scratch. This rebuilding process would be incredibly difficult, as the new environment would be much different from the one we're used to. The survivors of the mass extinction event would have to learn to live in harmony with the new species that have emerged. This could prove difficult, as the new species may be unfamiliar and potentially dangerous. The new environment would also be unpredictable and unforgiving, and the survivors would have to be prepared to face new challenges every day. Overall, life after a mass extinction event would be drastically different from the one we know today. The human race would have to adapt to their new environment and learn to coexist with the new species that have emerged. The survivors would have to work together to rebuild the world, and the new environment would be unpredictable and ever-changing. It would be a difficult journey, but one that could be successful if the survivors worked together and showed respect for their new environment. Let us know in the comments if you think we are headed towards another mass extinction.